everyone, welcome to Success Channel. Today we're going to talk about new product development, one of the most powerful drivers of growth and innovation in today's competitive business world. New product development refers to the process of creating original products, improving existing ones, modifying them, and developing entirely new brands through a company's own efforts. It's not just about making something new, it's about creating value. For customers, new products bring fresh solutions and variety to their lives. They make daily living more convenient, exciting, and connected. Think about how smartphones change the way we communicate, shop, and even work. For companies, new products are a key source of growth. Without innovation, businesses risk falling behind. However, developing new products is not easy. The odds are often against success. Many new ideas fail before they even reach the market. So, what makes the difference between success and failure? The answer lies in understanding the customer. Successful companies study their consumers deeply, their needs, their preferences, and the pain points. They also analyze their markets and competitors to develop products that deliver superior and stand out in the marketplace. A great example of this is Samsung transformation. Not long ago, Samsung was often seen as a Korean company that copied others, but through a strong focus on innovation and design, Samsung reinvented its brand. It began developing breakthrough products like smartphones, tablets, or IoT devices. Products that not only competed with global leaders, but also often lead the market. Samsung also invested heavily in digital and direct marketing, creating engaging online experiences that strengthened its connection with consumers. Today, Samsung stands as a symbol of how effective new product development can completely reshape a company's image and success. In conclusion, new product development is more than just an internal business process. It's a creative journey that combines understanding people, anticipating change, and delivering real value. Companies that master this art not only survive, they lead.
So now for the new products development process, now there are 8 processes. Now we go through them one by one. So first up, we have idea screening. Now there are two sources where this can come from, internally and externally. So first up, internal idea sources can come from entrepreneurs, as we can call it. These are employees with extraordinary ideas, very groundbreaking, very innovative ideas, but they work within the company. Or this can be external idea sources, which come from, as you know, the outside of the company, say the public or the external stakeholders, most importantly the customer, because we create products depending on their demands. Now there's actually a third kind of source, but it kind of involves the two, which is called crowdsourcing, which basically where we get a bunch of people from both inside and outside the company, basically gather up communities to find a middle ground where what's their common and universal demands. Now, an example for crowdsourcing could be something like when Airbus changed their interior design because of comments from disgruntled passengers who weren't very comfortable with their seats for the long haul. So that is an example of how a product can become real from the demands of customers. So after ideas have been presented from so many different sources, there has to be a great filter for it, and that's what the next step is for, idea screening. This is to filter out the less popular ideas and retain the most popular ideas. Now, there are certain criteria to this. Is it real? Is it achievable? Is it going to gather a win? Is this yield competitive advantage? Is it worth it? Will it align with the objectives of the company? And then next up, we have concept development and then testing, which there has to be a concept for a product. Say a McDonald's product can have many different concepts, but only one or a few can be retained. That's where the testing comes in. Let's say I have the concept cheap and then the concept of healthy for McDonald's. Now, healthy is definitely not true, so we can definitely discard that and retain the cheap concept. And so now we have the marketing strategy development, which comes after the concepts and stuff. It is basically a proposal, and this comes with a statement that comes in 3 parts. The first part basically denotes their prediction of what's going to happen in the first few years. What are the the propositions, the sales, the market shares for the first few years. Secondly, we have, for the first year, the potential budgeting and the funds it needs to put the product out. And the third part, the long-term prediction, what can happen in the long term? Will the sales grow? Will there be profits? So after that statement comes the business analysis. People have to review that proposal and see if it's actually worth doing. Which, if it is, it comes to the product development stage, which is, well, I suggest, so this is the part where they turn the actual product from an idea to a reality, which is then tested by the company themselves or is outsourced to different companies who specialize in testing products. And for the last two, we have test marketing, where the developed product, is tested with a small group of people. Now, this is just like the prototype of the product, the new version of the product. It's going to get updated and modified over time, depending on how well it is received by the small target group that they're going to propose it to. And then finally, we have commercialization, the release of the product. Now, this is a very high budget and it's very risky for the company, as it is the release of a whole new product. And it requires two specific main knowledges on timing, when to release the product and where. Should they release it locally or should it be internationally?
So now let's move on to the 9.3, and I'll show you the figure here about styles, fashion, and fast. Firstly, I will talk about style. This is a basic and distinctive mode of expression. It may appear in art, clothing, architecture, or business. It sells pattern like styles last for generations but may go in and out of popularity. For example, like home styles, which is modern, rustic, and Victorian, or clothing styles like formal wear, street wear, for example, like that. And you can see in the graph here, it means that the sales fluctuate over time, like it rise, falls, and rise again, but the style never fully disappears. Secondly, I will talk about fashion. This is currently accepted or popular styles in a given field. For example, clothing, cars, designs, etc. And it sells patterns that the fashions grow gradually, stay popular for a while, and then decline slowly when the new fashions emerge. For example, skinny jeans, pastel color fonts, or minimalist interior designs. And you can see in the graph here, it can be seen that the sales increase steadily, peaked during widespread adoption, and then it declined. Next, I will talk about the fad. It is a temporary period of unusually high sales driven by enthusiasm for a new product or behavior. The sales pattern is that fads have a very sharp rise and fall, and they appear suddenly, grow quickly, and fade just as fast. For example, the pet rock, fidget spinners, or viral TikTok trends. The graph, you can see in the graph here, it means that the sales skyrocket quickly, but then it collapsed soon after as interest phase.
With 9.4, additional product and service consideration of product decision and social responsibility. Marketers are required to carefully consider public policies, issues, and regulation covering several aspects, including acquiring or robbing product based on protection, product quality and safety, and product guarantees. When companies seek to expand, the government may prevent them adding product to acquisition if their action tend to lessen competition. A major concern is compliance with safety and quality standards. Manufacturers must comply with specific laws regarding product quality and safety. If consumers are insured by a product with a defective design, they retain the right to sue manufacturer or dealer. This phenomenon of legislation have resulted in a huge increase in product liability insurance premium, which presents a significant problem in certain industries. This forced companies to prioritize rigorous quality control and safety protocol, mitigate legal and financial risks. The second point is international product and service marketing. Marketers operating internationally face a unique set of challenges, primarily they might figure out what product and service to introduce, and in a weak country, it's for strategic decisions about market selection. Secondly, a crucial decision involves determining how much to standardline or adapt their products and service for world markets. This balance affects efficiencies and local market acceptance. It's worth noting that some service industry have a long history of international operation. However, retailers are among the latest service business to go global, demonstrating a continuing trend of global expansions in the service sector. And one more thing, application for this definition is the telemedicine industry. The rise of the telemedicine industry is an excellent real-world application site for a new service. Telemedicine allows patients to use technology to access dental health care or other health care service, in which service ranges from routine exam to root canal are performed using portable equipment. This innovative approach addresses consumer needs, such as catering to an aging population or patients who prefer avoiding a sterile dental office environment.
Hey guys, I'm back, and now we will answer the question what is price and discuss the importance of pricing in today's fast-changing environment in the 10.1. And firstly, about a definition of price, this is the amount of money charged for a product or service, or the sum of all values that customers exchange for the benefits of having or using the product or service. And in today's fast-changing and highly competitive market, pricing plays a really crucial role in determining a company profitability and market position. Firstly, with the rise of digital platforms and dynamic pricing technologies, firms can adjust prices instantly to match the demand and competitor behavior. Moreover, pricing affects how consumers perceive value, influencing brand image, loyalty, and purchase decisions. And in times of economic uncertainty or inflation, effective pricing help companies maintain margins while still appealing to price-sensitive customers. Therefore, smart pricing is not only about setting numbers, but about strategically managing customer value, competition, and profitability in a constantly evolving marketplace.
The next part is major pricing strategies. The pricing decisions always fall between the price floor and the price ceiling. The floor is set by the cost of production, where there is no profit below, while the ceiling is set by customer value perception, where there is no demand above. In between, companies must consider competitors and external factors like economy and regulations. From that, there are three major pricing approaches. And first is customer value-based pricing. In this pricing, price is determined by customers' perceived value rather than seller's cost. And the process goes like this. In this graph, you can see it includes 4 steps. Then, this approach has 2 main types. The first is good value pricing, which is the right mix of quality and fair price. Companies can apply this in 3 ways. They can redesign existing brands to improve the quality without changing the price, or they can use everyday low pricing, meaning consistent low prices with little fluctuation. Or they can adopt high-low pricing, where prices are normally higher but still often discounted through promotions. The second type is value-added pricing. Instead of cutting prices, companies enhance their offers by adding features, services, or experiences that justify a higher price. The goal is to build value, not to reduce it. Next, in cost-based pricing, price is determined
by the total cost of production, distribution, and selling, plus the fair rate of return. And here, cost is the floor while the value is at the ceiling. And you can see the process here. There are three kinds of cost. Fixed costs, which do not change with output. Variable costs, which vary directly with productions. And total cost, which is the sum of both. According to the experience curve, the average cost per unit decreases as production and experience increases, improving efficiency. There are two main methods. First, markup or cost-plus pricing, where a company adds a standard percentage of profit to the unit cost. Second, break-even or target profiting pricing, where prices are set to cover total cost or achieve a specific profit. The break-even point equals fixed cost divided by the price minus variable cost per unit. Competition-based pricing focuses on the market environment. Prices are set after evaluating competitors' cost, price, and perceived value. The goal isn't simply to match or beat others, but to position the firm's value correctly relative to the competitors. Finally, prices are influenced by internal, such as the company marketing strategies, objectives, and mix, and external factors like market demand, competitors' behavior, and broader economic or legal conditions.
For Objective 10.3, we're going to consider both the internal and external factors that influence its pricing decisions. Prices should align with the overall marketing strategy, objectives, and marketing mix to ensure consistency with the firm positioning, whether it aims for survival, profit maximization, or market share growth, and must complement product promotion and distribution decisions. Organizational considerations also play a crucial role. While top management may set broad pricing policies, managers or sales team often adjust prices within those guidelines to achieve profitability and competitiveness. Externally, the market and demand determine how much flexibility a firm has, depending on the market type, competition level, and customers' price sensitivity. The economy further shapes pricing through inflation, interest rate, and consumer confidence, pushing firms to balance affordability with value. Eventually, other external factors such as reseller requirements, government regulation, and social expectations about fairness can limit or guide pricing strategies. Together, these elements ensure that pricing decisions support long-term customer value and organizational goals.